How do you feel now you've split your trousers?
Don't announce on the behind the scenes.
I'm setting a fashion trend. Lady Gaga can wear a dress full of meat, I can wear trousers made of tape. You watch, soon every kid will be doing it.
Right, the day's come. The Kinetic shoot is today, February 18th. I'm excited. I am excited to say the least. I can't wait for everyone to get there and it's all coming together. So yeah, I'm in my car, about to set off, get some food for the guys, and we're gonna smash it. I know we are. I'm confident in it. So let's. Yes. I have got loads of stuff for the guys, food-wise, some drinks. So yeah, they shouldn't go hungry. Well, I hope not anyway.
So the film itself, it's a psychiatric session between Michael Cohen and Kraven Malek. Kraven is our patient and Michael is the doctor. And pretty much it's a twist on the session because Kraven has abilities, telekinetic abilities, so he can move things with his mind. But that doesn't come apparent until later on in the script. The situation is that Kraven is trying to induce fear onto Michael as this is Michael's first session with Kraven.
So I'm cinematographer and assistant director on the short film Kinetic. Basically, I make sure the film looks good when it's being filmed, and I also make sure we're keeping on time with everything, which is very contradictory roles, really. This is the state of the shot list at the moment. Crosses, rewrites, markings out of scenes we've done, and we've still got this to do. We're supposed to be on our lunch break now, but as long as we can get it done in a decent amount of time and everyone's in character, then yeah, we have the choreographer show up at 2. We're still technically on time for that. We should definitely have the last shot done in August. All the shots should take too long at all. So yeah, technically we're on time, but I was designating a half an hour break. It might be shorter. Who knows?
For Kraven, I based him on elements of Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, just the way he does things, says things, not in the same context.
Just a cold, calculated,
yeah, totally
methodical.
Pretty much, yeah. Not that he is the next Hannibal. It's just the same ideals and he's just the way he is. Like between him and Jodie Foster, that bit kind of sparked an idea. Like, well, she's on the other side of the plane glass. He's on the other side. Obviously, I mean, glass here, but it's just the conversation between them, and it's really intense. That's what I kind of based this on, the intensity of that conversation. But obviously, I hope it's different. I hope people go, oh, that's sad, isn't it?
Well, I was told that the reason I got the role was I brought a humanity and a vulnerability to the character. That is what I was aiming for, so hopefully the director thinks I succeed in doing that. When I had my meeting with the director after I did my audition, we had a talk about where we thought the character had come from. I personally felt, that he was fresh out of college or freshly graduated from psychiatric school, and I think that's the way we've decided to push the character, make him more naive, because I am quite young, I think, to be a qualified psychiatrist in this situation. You see in the film that he asks Kraven questions that Kraven's never been asked before. Kraven outright acknowledges that. He tries to go a different route with it, with the word association tricks as well. He approaches Kraven not quite believing that anyone can be as cold and evil as the reports are saying. He thinks there's a humanity in Kraven and he tries to reach that, and that's his downfall.
When I was researching like different visual references that I could work off of for the film, the main film that always came to mind was 2012's film The Sweeney, which starred Ray Winston and I think Plan B, but I felt like, because it was an interrogation, and to an extent this whole thing is quite tense. It's a very tense, suspenseful film, and I looked at that mainly where they were using a lot of dollies and everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of that today. We're going to be using the backgrounds from behind each character to represent them. So for example, Dr. Michael Cohen is going to be sat here with a green background behind him, more colourful as a result. Behind yourself there's a white background. As a result of that, it makes it look more clinical for Kraven, who is the patient and is been committed to this facility, makes him look quite, when I say uniform, I mean the same. He's wearing just general colours, which will be light grey, match quite well with the shades of white, whereas Dr. Michael Cohen will be behind a very colourful background, showing potentially his humanity a bit more rather than Kraven. That's how we're portraying each character through their colours. As a result, we're going to be using different shot types to portray that. So we had this idea that whenever Kraven was thinking anything, we had extreme close-ups of his eyes, because his eyes speak more than the actual words he says.
I think it's very dangerous if you judge the character you're playing. So for example, if you're playing someone that happens to be a murderer or something, you can't judge them for being a murderer, which sounds stupid, but you have to sort of go from where they're going, so you have to find the conflict, the turmoil, and you have to play that as opposed to just the want, you know. So like the fact that, for example, Kraven has killed people, that's a result of something, and rather than that being the thing. I think you could possibly compare it to, say, in America, when you see people shooting in random places and shopping malls and schools. I think it's that sort of explosive result of some sort of mental hurt, as opposed to sort of planning. And, you know, so like taking down the system involves a lot of thought. And like I say, there was one particular moment that led to that. However, here it's more several years of oppression, ridicule, and it's almost like a moody teenager lashing out. That's where it has to come from. Like I say, you can't approach something like this just with anger. It has to have a root. Once you have that root, then other interactions, say for example with the Doctor, things he might say will have a different effect, because if you just played it one way of just murder, aggression, that's the only way you're going to play a character. There's going to be no depth or understanding behind it. But I think it's the 47th session, and in that time you can imagine there's probably been quite a few Doctors that have tried, and you can imagine they can get tired, and therefore they switch and you get a new Doctor and the whole process starts again. So I think at first Kraven would have been doing the whole thing of messing with people's minds, trying to get under their skin, etc, etc. But at this point, it's just frustration and it's boredom and it's entrapment.
Don't take pictures of me.
I'm filming.
Oh.
Behind the scenes.